So if you want to keep your personal and your work Google accounts separate, you're going to want to create different accounts or add different users to your Chrome browser. Right now I'm in my Chrome browser, and you can see that there are two places where you will see a profile. Up at the top, this is what's called the Omni box right here. You might call it like the address bar. It's where you can type in a search, you can type in an address, as well as other things. That's why it's called an Omni box. But over on the right-hand side here, there is a little icon image of a daisy. And when I click on this, you can see that I'm signed in with my work account, my SEQ account. Now, this means I'm signed in to the Chrome browser when it's up at the top to the right of the Omni box. There's a second place where you can see that you're like signed in, you have a profile, and that's if you're in a Google Doc, Google Drive, Gmail, Google Calendar, any of the Google Suite tools, you will see your little icon here. In this case, it's my face, and you can see that it's my SEQ account. Now, you want to keep your accounts separate. What most people do is right down here, they'll add another account. So in your Chrome browser, I'm signed into my SEQ work account, but then here you might be signed into a personal account and a work account. You don't want to do that. You don't want to switch back and forth between your personal and work account here for a variety of reasons. One reason could be that sometimes when you get an email and you save a file to Drive, it might go into the wrong Drive account. I've had staff members tell me this all the time, that it's in the wrong account. And that's because they're switching back and forth here and might have like some tabs open where they're signed into their work account and some tabs open where they're signed into their personal account. So you want to keep this completely separate. So I'm going to show you how to add users to your browser. And if you currently have two accounts here, like your work account and a personal account, I will show you how to reduce that to get rid of your, let's say, your personal account here. So the first thing I'm going to show you is up at the top, and this is only on a PC or Mac. When you're signed into a Chromebook, you don't have this option to switch back and forth up here at the top of your browser. If you're on a school Chromebook, you have to completely sign out. I'm not 100% sure if you can sign in with your personal account. That might be a setting that they have turned off. But this is if you're on a desktop computer, a laptop that's a PC or a Mac. So I'm going to click on this little icon, and it could be a variety of things. It could be a letter, it could be your picture, it could be an icon of like this here. So I'm going to click on that, and you can see I have multiple accounts here already signed in. They're called other people. And so what this kind of looks like, if I want to go to my personal account, I would click on the one for my personal account, which happens to be this one here with the icon of a penguin. So if I click on that, it will just basically bring me to a separate window with a separate browser. And you'll notice that my personal account, okay, this one's my personal Gmail, I made pink, and I can switch back to my school account one, which is the Daisy right here, and I made that one blue. I did that on purpose just to change the color of my Chrome browser so that it's easier for me to know which window I have open. If you wanted to do that, you would click on like a new tab. Over here on the left in the bookmarks bar, I have apps, and then I have the web store. And here I can get different themes that are different colors. There are many free ones. There are some paid. I've just gone with the free ones to change up the color. All right, so how do I create these different users so I can switch back and forth easily? So when I click on this icon, you need to be signed into Chrome, which you would be if you see that icon. You're going to go to the add down at the bottom. And then you could type in the name of like what you want this account to be. And you can choose an icon. Now, sometimes when I choose these icons, I find that it defaults to a different icon sometimes. So I might choose like this bird. I'm going to use the scan in one. I'm going to click add, and then it's going to open up a window, and it's going to ask me to sign in because I already have a Chrome user. So this would be like my personal account that I want to add. So I'm going to click sign in, and I'm going to type in the email address. And this is a school account that I'm adding right now, so it's going to ask me for the single sign-on. And it will ask if you want to save it or not. I'm going to save it. And then it says we want to confirm that the referenced account is yours. I can click on that to continue. So I get this kind of pop-up asking me to link my Chrome data to this account. So this account is managed by SEQ in this case because it is my SEQ, it is an SEQ account. But it says you're signing in with a managed account because it's an SEQ account, and it's giving the administrator control over the Google Chrome profile. So it's asking about my Chrome data, apps, bookmarks, history, passwords tied to that CHS scan at seq.org account. And it says you can delete the data via the accounts dashboard. But it's like if I already have different things when I've signed into this account before, do I want to bring those links and bookmarks to it? So I'm going to say yes, because I do have a bookmark already created for this and I want that to be there. If you want to start kind of clean and you don't want to bring over any of your bookmarks because you want to have separate bookmarks or apps or etc. for your work and separate ones from your school, you can say create a new profile and it will be kind of a blank slate, and then you'd have to add more bookmarks and things like that. But I have information already connected with this account, and so I want it to come with it when I am connecting these. So I'm going to say link data. Then it's also asking me if I want to turn on sync. So this will allow me, if right now I'm on my laptop, but if I go to school and I want to be on my desktop computer, do I still want access? Do I want everything to sync so all my bookmarks will be on both? All of my history will be on both. And yes, I definitely want that. I want to be able to access all of that no matter where I sign into this. And it doesn't mean that it's available to anyone else who uses your laptop because they're going to, or sorry, uses your work computer, because they're going to sign in with their own account. So they have to sign in to your account to be able to access this. So I'm going to say, yes, I'm in. And because I linked it, here's the bookmark that I have saved for me. So that's why I wanted to link it. It's giving me an error message up on the right, so I just want to look at that. And it's something about a new extension. I'm going to just remove it from Chrome. You can enable it if you want. But now I have access to this account. And so if I click on the C up here at the top, I can then go back to my personal school account. And so I can go back and forth now between these accounts. Now, the next thing I want to show you is how to disconnect if you on this within the Google tools, not within Chrome browser. But if for this bottom icon, if you have multiple accounts linked, I'm going to show you how to separate those or how to get rid of them. So the first thing I need to do is add another account just so I can show you how to get rid of this account. All right, so now I have signed in this part here to my personal account. So you can see I have my personal account and my school account. but I am in my school account Chrome browser window. And what I want to do is I want to get rid of my personal account so that it's only my school account within this Chrome browser. So how I have to do that is I need to make sure I'm signed into both. Like if you're signed out of one and not the other, you won't see sign out of all accounts. You have to be signed into both. So right here it says sign out of all accounts when I click on my face over here. I'm going to click sign out of all accounts. And then what I need to do is I need to open up like another Google window. So I'm just going to go to google.com, and over here it says sign in. When I click on sign in, and now it says I'm signed out of both accounts, but I now have the option to remove an account. When I click remove an account, I can then choose to sign out of my personal account because again, this is my Chrome browser where I'm supposed to be signed in as my school account. So here I'm going to get rid of my personal and I'm going to say yes, remove. All right, so I've disconnected now my personal account. What I need to do is sign back in. And you'll notice that over here on the browser it says paused. If I click on that, this is supposed to be my SEQ again. It says sync is paused, sign in again. I'm going to click sign in again, and it's my school account, so I'm just going to say next, and I'm going to log in. And now what you'll notice, okay, my Chrome browser is SEQ, and when I click on my face here, it's SEQ. Now, if I go to some of these other tabs, I might sometimes still see both right here. All I have to do is just refresh. Okay, don't be tempted to click into your personal account because then it will just add it again. But now it's just SEQ. Okay, so you're going to need to create your different users, and then you're going to need to delete or remove accounts from here so you only see one. So if I ever want to go to my personal account, I'm not going to click add another account right here within Google. I'm going to go up to the top within my Chrome, and I'm just going to switch over to my personal account, and I can switch back over to my school account. Now, I'm on a Mac, and Mac has different windows up top, different desktops. So I just have them as two separate desktops. I have my personal one on desktop 2, my school one on desktop 3. So what I could do is actually just swipe back and forth on my trackpad, which is really cool on Macs to be able to do. But you could also just click up here to go back and forth. And you could also have it save the Chrome, like on my PC, it asks me if I want to save it to the desktop. You can do that so you can access both.